this thumbnail changed. Okay. What is up, Jacob? How you doing? You got another monitor. Yo, what is going on? Hello, Julie. What's up, Malik? What is going on? A lot of you guys jumping on here today. Excellent night here. Me too. It's snowing here in Michigan. Brr, freezing. Even my hands are cold right now, but that's good. A bunch of you guys get on here. We need our attendees. Hopefully, Adam Aaron says something interesting. Which, I mean, like I said in the last video, I think it's gonna be NFTs. Like that's the only thing that makes a lot of sense. And then, I mean, at that point, watch the Fomo heading back into the stock. Pump back stocks. What is going on, George? A lot's been happening. A lot. That video that I just made is a good one. Talking about share lockups, good and bad, OMICRON, news. That's the thing. Let me know right now. How do you guys feel about all this? Because not really in the sense of do you agree with vaccines or not? Because I'm pro-choice on pretty much everything in life. If it doesn't hurt somebody else, which, you know, that arguably you could do whatever you guys want. Stay at home, wear a mask. I don't care. That's not the point of hey, Rob, love you too, man. Love the videos. Thank you. But it's not about the vaccine, about the variant. It's not about any of that. AMC is in the sector that is directly going to be hurt the most if this gets bad. What I think is going to happen, it's going to blow over once we get news about the vaccine is still usable. You know, you don't have to throw the whole vaccine out for this. That's when I think you're going to see it rally. But until then, I think it's good to stay up to date with these things. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I get a lot of weird weird comments, and I get it, trust me. But it's one of those things where, I mean, not everybody's gonna agree, and that's all right. But NFT or dividend ASAP, not Adam saying shares. That's really interesting, because I don't own any NFTs, but I would definitely jump on that if AMC issues an NFT for a movie, or whoever knows how often they're going to do this. If they did something like that, I'm all in. Vax wants their chance in this race. That's how I feel. Yeah, the vaccine stocks too on Friday went crazy. They had a drop, but I mean, what was it? Moderna, it was up like 20%. Just crazy. NVIDIA predictions for next week. I'm not sure if there's actual catalyst for NVIDIA, but I'm a big fan of NVIDIA. I've been in AMD. I should have bought AMD a long time ago, but I ended up buying it in the $80 range. I have options in them too, but I think all the chips or computers, new innovation in that space, it will do well. But I don't know about next week in particular, if there's a catalyst. The whole talk of the market, though, next week is going to be about this variant. And the only thing, I'm sure you guys realize this if you're on the stream, you watch any of these videos, the only thing I find very weird about this, and I still am trying to make it make sense, is when you see big money, big time investors, like the movie 2012, they knew about the world was going to end 2 years before. That happens all the time. If you're somebody that is deemed important, you have a lot of money, you know things before the general market. So back before COVID was a thing, we heard about COVID in late November when Kobe, rest in peace, Kobe, got into his accident, I believe in November, there was a headline about COVID in the newspaper, but you started to see weird sell-offs, markets down a day, a couple months before this actually came out in March. So big investors, they know what's up, and to see 100 cases and the market liquidate hundreds of billions of dollars, and to see New York doing what they're doing doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And that's the one piece that I'm missing, that I can't make sense of it. It's not like it's the first time, and maybe that's where you guys can help me try to understand this, because when you see big money react like that, then you have to take note of it. There's no other way to put it. It doesn't make sense. Logically, it doesn't make sense. Will AMC pop for end of the year? I do think so. I think AMC holding strength like it did. Even Cineworld, the one that's, I believe, listed on the OTC. I don't follow those stocks at all, but that one was down over 8%. The other one was down over 5%. AMC down 3.24%, and all the other travel stocks down 8 to 10%. AMC showed a lot of strength. It showed there should be no doubt in people's minds that AMC is eventually going to go through a rally. If we had one of the worst down days on the Dow since October 2020, that's over a year ago, and AMC held up like that, that's confirmation, at least to me, that people are going to rush back into these stocks, and just an algorithmic trading boost at the very least once we get that vaccine news. I think that's really the one thing that needs to happen to see that rally. Popcoin, that'd be great. Needs their own crypto, call it Popcoin. Yeah, that would be nice. Make that one go crazy. Shoot, let's pump that one. Send it to a couple $100 billion. That'd be nice. That would be solid. I think NFTs, crypto, anything like that, it does a lot. It shows investors too that they're actively innovating for the future, because that's the direction we're going. But I think a lot of people, especially investors, would want to get, these NFTs. I want to get one, and I don't even own a NFT, but it'd be very interesting. Yeah, a bunch of nasty headlines though around that. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting situation. Some people get so mad on those videos. I was scrolling through the comments geez. Somebody said I should go make COVID videos. I'm like, I've made 2 or 3 COVID videos. In all reality, because normally it doesn't affect anything, but I don't know. Oh, I missed that one. Could the variant actually be a good thing by draining liquidity if it drags down AMC as well? Potentially, yeah, because same thing happened with Volkswagen. In 2008, in October, the market was at the bottom, and that's when Volkswagen started to squeeze. Because shorts, they don't want to get out of their short positions. And the resiliency we showed, I think it would take a lot to drop AMC down to those prices where, short sellers would essentially break even. Because the days to cover, what's the days to cover still? Days to cover, or not days to cover, but average on loan. What's it? 76 days. So, that puts us still in the, $50 range, but wait, does it? It's somewhere around there, in between $35, $50 per share. And yeah, you'd suck that liquidity, and the last thing they want to do is cover on their short positions. The cost to borrow, a lot lower than it used to be, but yeah, no, I definitely think it would suck liquidity. Calls and Loose, the only YouTuber that talked about it before it happened. That's how I know AMC is going to pop soon. And I try to be as open and transparent as possible. shoot, what was that video called? Back in what was it, February 20th, 22nd, I believe. Hold on. I'll just look it up. I made this video. It got so many dislikes. It was ridiculous. But 2 days later, it fell 45%. And I just try to be upfront with people, because I'm not always going to be right, not always going to be wrong. It's really just, trying to put out there what I am seeing. But let me see it again. Oh, yeah. This is when it was CCIV. And how many danger potential? Yeah, this video got so much hate. When was it? February 20th. Just for shits and giggles. People thought I was a genius afterwards, but man, did they hate that video when it came out. February 20th. Yeah, that was what, on a Friday, Saturday, in between when the markets opened. And where we at? About $52 per share. I had got in at 17, and I'm like, this is way overstretched. 2 days later, dropped 45% in a day. I just try to be honest with you guys. If I thought, God, you're on. You need a day off from YouTube. I love doing this. Like, it's, I started YouTube for 2 reasons. That's it. 2 reasons. Well, I started December 27th, 2020, but I started for 2 reasons. Because my daughter just was born August 21st, so I figured if something happened to me, there's tons of videos she could watch and she would know my voice, right? It's all sentimental, but that's the main reason. Second reason, nobody would ever talk to me about stocks. Nobody in my real life knows anything about stocks, nor are they interested in learning anything. And I like talking about it, as nerdy as that sounds. So much hate, they removed the dislike count. Yeah, it's terrible. That one is awful. That one video, just awful. Like two or 3 times the amount of dislikes. Awful. Which, I mean, you can still see in your analytics the like to dislike ratio, but yeah, I think they should have kept it, honestly. Oh, I missed that one. I predict there will be more money pumped into cryptos in the next few years than in shares. The manipulation and corruption is so bad, and everyone knows it. There will be, BS manipulation. Yeah. The only issue, with cryptos is there's so much manipulation in smaller cryptos, in those projects, Squid Coin, and all these other coins that, like, you could have a whole pump and dump scheme with cryptos, and nobody could really do anything about it in the sense of it's not regulated. So it's tricky, but if you're buying like blue chip cryptos, you're good to go. And I think there's a lot of upside there. Can you live stream daily when the markets are open? We need new viewpoints. Yeah, I can try to a lot more. I feel like a lot of people stream in the mornings, and nobody does at night. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, I'll definitely try to do that more. Hates that I haven't cashed out on the 8K I'm up on AMC yet. Yeah, the wifes. Ooh, it's tricky. I know we got some females in here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too far into that. My girlfriend used to hate YouTube and making videos and all that. I don't know. Some people, I don't know. I mean, when you're up a ton of money, it's all worth it. That's funny. God. Hey now. Yeah. You guys are great. I love my females out there. Hey now. Yep. Yeah, see. Yeah, that was a decent drop too. Yeah, and we sold off too. Look at that. Did bounce a little bit at the end of the day though. At 38K on AMC drives my wife nuts. 38K. Ooh. Yeah, a lot of you guys are all in from the last stream. A lot of people said they're all in. Which, I mean, at this point, you should be the most confident in the sense of the traders aren't here. Everything we talk about in the videos, it's only a matter of time. Like, quite literally, only a matter of time. And hopefully, like, I hope this whole variant situation just goes away. Just once we get the vaccine news, you're already looking for a pop right there. If we don't pop off of vaccine news, because I doubt it's not going to come back like useless. So I'm sure there's going to be some efficacy with it. Boom. Then you get that rally, algorithmic trading programs, just a bunch of traders that'll come into the stock, and you're going to see a rally based off of that. Now, if the shorts start to cover, that's a different question. But I'm really waiting for that 10C proposed rule change where we will be able to see their short positions. That'll put an incredible amount of pressure on them. Like, imagine if you were short on AMC and now everybody can see your short position. Firms don't even want to work with Citadel because we think they have a large short position. We know they had I believe they liquidated some of their put position. They did have a large put position and a call position, but we don't even know. They could be massively short in the stock. They might not be. And firms don't even want to work with them in the perception of the manipulation and all of this. So once their hands get showed, I mean, I'm sure they'll have a couple weeks probably before, they'll know that it's coming. And that's when I would expect to see a lot of the actual shorts covering. $100, $200 range. The kind of moves that we have been seeing with other stocks and the way that AMC is playing out right now with the traders gone, the low volume constricting the float, I definitely think the next move up, it could be $100, $200. Definitely. I mean, if you take a look at other stocks, the one we had called out, which was a really nice trade, I'm sure some of you guys probably played it as well. Longeveron, same thing. Super constricted float, well, a low float, but same thing that's going on with AMC. Low volume heading into big volume. I think it's going to take some kind of news or something to do it, but definitely. I think by the end of the year, because there's buying power that is sitting on the option chain. Like, you're looking at right now almost 2.6 million shares that have to be bought right now at the current price by December 17th. And it's not all done in one day. It's done as the gamma levels go up. More delta hedging has to happen to remain delta neutral. You can get into the Greeks all you want. They all play into each other and all have a different role. But the longer you go, the more days that those contracts are into the money, and the farther they go into the money, the more hedging that'll happen. And basically the more support we'll have. But right here, you're looking at 23 million shares that would have to be hedged for if all these went into the money. But the option chain for December goes to 145, which is not, could be better. I wish it only went to 80, 85, but yeah, you still have buying power. I got debts to pay off in 7 months' time. I hope AMC blows by then. Yeah, I mean, I would be very surprised. Very, very surprised. Because, I mean, even on the options, you have a lot of people betting on by January. And, like the saying is, follow the money. The money is betting on AMC going higher. Already have 125,000 calls that are in the money. A lot of those are at the, the $20, the $40 strikes, but I think it's good. Taxes are going to suck. Make sure you guys, I'm not a tax guy. I'm not a tax professional, but, that's a good problem to have, I guess, at that point. But that's the reason I don't even sell most of the stocks I have, is because taxes. Like I have like a 10K gain in Lucid, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to pay 26% in taxes. I think I'm good. I think I'll just borrow against it for 3%, 2% if I had to. You should go live during market hours. I might have to do that. That's the second comment. What is up, bro? Mr. Simon. Good to see you too. But with the Santa Claus rally, and another thing, if you guys are here from the beginning, when I was saying it was kind of weird to see hundreds of billions getting liquidated based off of 100 cases, as well as that, if you take a look at the SPY, historically, the day after Thanksgiving, it was a half day. It's supposed to be very low volume. You're not supposed to see this kind of activity, as a lot of, which is arguable from year to year, but a lot of hedge funds and institutional investors start going away on vacation. We've seen incredibly high volume, just stupidly high volume. 112.6 million shares that traded hands. That's the highest volume since the bottom back here, October 6th. So very, very strange. Very, very strange, honestly. Adam's announcement. I hear you, I should say. Yeah, I think we'll probably get some kind of good news, hopefully tomorrow. That with this expected to be NFT announcement, that could send us higher even on Monday. Yeah. But he's given some pretty strong hints. Oh, oops. And it's something they've talked about for a while too, but I don't know. Would you guys go to the movies just for the NFT? I definitely would. Oh, show. Oh. Come out with free popcorn for this movie. Yeah, that would be a bummer. But yeah, true, anything free is good. Anything free is good. And that popcorn business, that'll be cool to hear some more on that. Where I'm doing clinicals, the respiratory therapists are seeing a lot of patients vaxxed and unvaxxed. Yeah. Well, I live in Michigan, and you guys can see that it's very, very, very bad. You guys can see all-time highs for, like, forever now. And a lot of people have been talking about that. So do you think there's more to the liquidation? Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I mean, put on your tinfoil hats. I don't get into a lot of people just entertain crazy conspiracy theories, like just wild. But I don't think this is a conspiracy theory. Big money knows when something's not right, and if you watch the money, it can give you indications of that. And I mean, I can't make it make sense. I wish I could. I can't, and that's something that I keep thinking about. Like, why? Why are people liquidating? Because that was a mass liquidation the day after Thanksgiving. That doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen. I couldn't even use the free popcorn bonus first time around because I'm in the UK. You're in the UK? Big what's up? Big what's up? They're hiding COVID in some of their news to prevent mass panic and pull out from the market. Yeah, they're definitely not very upfront, it seems like. First AMC Theater, City Walk in Hollywood. Kids loved it, and food prices well priced. Watch Ron's Gone Wrong. It's 2.5 hours long. Yeah, I love going to the movies. I hadn't been to the movies, obviously, with everything that had been going on for a long time, probably even a year before that. So like 3 years. I went to the movies. I'm like, why don't I do this like once a week? It was great. It was great. I'm a programmer. Programming is with like code and all that, right? I try to teach myself code, and I just did a couple small things, and I don't know. It's tough. You gotta be smart for that, for sure. So anybody else say 100 shares every month since January? I would think that the January shares are real. I mean, I think at this point, you're probably buying, and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Nobody knows. So it's like theory against theory. But like Trades even said, it's like taking away the buy button again. But in this sense, when there's not as many shares circulating, there's just people buying and holding. I think there is shares available. And like I was saying in the other video, if like the worst things that are happening right now, I think, and we don't know exactly what's going on, but I think the two biggest things that is hurting this right now, well, people buying options, the brokerages just lending out our shares. So that's along the same lines of there's just, tons of shares outstanding because they could loan out the same shares multiple times. That's why I talked about the share lockup in the other video. And market makers or whoever's short hedge funds using the option chain to hide the short interest, because I think it's much higher. I still think it's in between 40 and 80% when it comes down to it. But I think those are really things that are hurting the movement. And if you guys didn't see the last video, you should definitely check it out anyways. But you could just go to, setting, go to your sell button and do a limit order for like $100, $200, something where you're not going to wake up and have sold your shares, because that's not going to happen. You're not going to wake up and it's going to be $100, $200. You're going to have time to adjust it. But in theory, that should not let the brokerages lend out your shares because you have a order in. And that's probably the smallest, best thing people could do collectively. But who knows? I mean, you guys can ultimately do what you want. But yeah, I don't think not buying the stock is gonna, hurt or, I think it would hurt a little bit. It has to if people collectively did that. But I don't think at this point we're facing a ton of manipulation. We obviously don't know. We're not getting the best orders, all the other stuff that we already know about. But it's not like there's hundreds of millions of shares that are trading hands every day. And I think you're flat out stupid to be manipulating AMC when, we could say that SEC is incompetent. They're not watching, but they don't care about the retail investors. They care about investors not retail investors in general, but let's say other countries, because other countries, they participate in the American markets more than you even realize. We need other countries to also invest in our markets. How do you think we raise all this money? We sell bonds. If investors are questioning the stock market, they will stop buying as many bonds, and that's an issue as well. So their main job is to make it look like nothing bad is happening. And if something was happening like that, with all the due diligence that's out here, they watch these videos, they know, what we've been saying, they've been looking into it. If that was really happening and they could see that, they have to do something about it, because eventually everything comes to the surface. No matter if it's AMC, no matter if it's whatever in real life. I was not gonna go there, but that's just a fact. They want to uphold the integrity of the markets, and if we eventually prove them wrong, that's an issue for them. So I think it's mostly, brokers lending out shares multiple times. That's probably happening. And the way to do that, set a sell limit order, and they shouldn't theoretically be able to lend out as many shares. But I'm just one person, so that's probably not going to go anywhere. But it's yeah, yeah, definitely. They care about the investors. They keep saying it. To them, we are not investors, we are traders. That is why Gary Gensler is not doing what we asked him to do, because in his eyes, we are not investors. That's true. That's true. And now, I believe last time I heard the numbers, we are like 20% of the total volume on any given day of just retail investors, about 20%. But we're definitely still the minority in that situation. And I mean, when it comes down to it, if the fines are really just tiny, like Citadel could afford $1 billion fine and it would hardly move the needle. So it's unfortunate in that sense, but everything will come to fruition eventually. It has to. Everything always does. But I think right now is a good time to be excited in the sense of just volatility. You're either going to have a chance to buy the dip or you're going to see your portfolio go up in value. I think, personally. I think with low volume, there's no way it doesn't happen. There's no way. It's not possible. You're seeing record low volume, and I can't stress this enough. Record low volume. Even before the rally, well, last time we seen this volume was back here. What day was this? In like December 2020. So before 2021. Once we hit 2021, we were seeing much higher volume throughout basically the entire first half of the month than we're seeing right now. You have to take it back all the way like 1 year ago to see this low volume. And every time you have this low volume heading into bigger volume, you always see a rally. And you went up 10x right here, 10x right here. So if you want to say, history don't always repeat itself, but it usually rhymes. I'd say a 5x is not too crazy in the near-term future, but hey, I don't know. Anything can happen. What part of Michigan are you in? I'm in like the Thumb area. See, I used to live in Flint, and just brother was murdered. All this stuff happened, and I just left. Never looked back. I do have a rental out there though, in a nicer area, and that does well. And then I also have one out here, and then I live in this house. And I want to move to Frankenmuth. If you're in Michigan, I'm sure you're familiar with that. 69 viewers. Ain't that weird? Nice. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, that was bad situation. It's actually on Flint Town. The first about 30 seconds of the first episode. That's my mom screaming, and that's my brother. I'm actually in it for like 10 seconds too. It was not a good experience, but reach 5K share. I mean, I think anything's possible. I think collectively it comes down to what's your price target, what's mine, what's all 65 your guys' price targets. If you have really high price targets and people actually hold until those prices, that's the problem. People can say all they want, just like we seen back here with all this volume, hundreds of millions of shares trade every day. A lot of people said they're apes, they're diamond handing, but when shit hit the fan, they sold out. Now, if you are here, you are really a diamond hander. You're an ape. There's no other way to put that. You're not here for a trade. You're not here because the stock goes up 0.5% on any given day or down 0.5%. You're really in it to win it, in there like swimwear, and that's the main thing. Yeah, hit me with the price targets right now. Price target. So you could kind of like average it out too. That's probably what I would do if you get 50Ks, 5Ks, and like being reasonable too. Like I don't know. Like we've done calculations about how high it could theoretically go, and it just comes down to that one thing: is how long do people hold their shares for? But if you got a $50,000 price target and a $100,000 price target, it's gonna, fluctuate a lot more. Only sell a few at a time, y'all. Yeah, and honestly, if we did go to say $5,000 a share, and you had shares even at $50, I'm not great at math, but that's a 10,000% return. You could sell one share and collect profit and keep. No, yeah. If you bought shares at $50 a piece, I believe, if you bought 50 shares or shares at $50 a piece, each share went to $5,000. 100 shares, you could sell one share for $5,000, collect your initial investment back, and hold the rest in free profits. That's my favorite strategy. That's what I personally like to do with most stocks. Not most stocks, but trades. If I'm, actually buying shares to trade, which I don't usually do. I don't usually day trade shares. I usually day trade options, but that's how I like to do it. Thoughts on YouTube removing the dislike count? I think it's BS. Honestly, I think people should be able to see what other people like and don't like before they see a video, because that's what I'll do a lot. Like what I used to do, if you see a video that's got a ton of dislikes and not as many likes, like I'll still watch it just to see like what they're saying, but it kind of gives you a reference of what to expect going into the video. Now you don't get that. And I don't, that's kind of like Facebook. It's kind of like Facebook. I went to Facebook jail for the stupidest things, for sharing something about God, or it was something so stupid. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I believe in free choice, whether it's a vaccine, whether it's whatever you want to do. Whatever you guys want to do. I'm pro-choice. And basically it goes the same way on social media. I think there should always be that freedom there, as long as you ain't hurting each other. See you guys later. I'm about to have dinner with the family. Take care. Take care to you too, brother. Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your dinner. Still holding that ETC. Oh, I am holding that ETC. About, 43 coins? And I don't even look at it too often anymore. Once somebody, says something, I hear ETC, then I'll go look at it. And over the weekends when it's like the only thing that moves the portfolio, and I see it's up like 1%, I'm like, what's going on? And then it always comes back down. But I think longer term it'll be really good. So yeah, I love ETC. If it hits $300, I'd be a millionaire. $300 for AMC or ETC. If Lucid at 65, I will sell and pick up another 20 shares of AMC. That's very possible. Lucid Motors, man. This stock is ridiculous. Like, why? Why is this so ridiculous? Like, I have $50 covered calls because I had sold the $42 covered calls $200. I had to buy them back at $1,600, so I had to go out one day further to the May 2022s, sell the $50 ones for like. No, I got that backwards. I sold the $42 ones for $1,400, and then bought and then had to buy those back, sell the 50s for the May for $1,620 a piece. So if Lucid's under 50 by May, I'll make like $400 on the whole trade. If it's over that, I'll have to sell my shares at $50. But Lucid is a winner. I love Lucid. Bro, exactly. Just don't look at ETC. It'll make you feel better. Exactly. ETC. That's just a weird one. Like the supply, the demand. There's not very many coins outstanding. They've been doing so much to it. I think it's just because there's no hype. There's just no hype in it. That's the issue. There's just no hype. And that's a main driver of buying activity in this day and age. Just no hype. It's sad, but in due time, it will come. And then, I mean, imagine if Elon tweeted it or something like, It's game over. Eventually, somebody will get behind it. I got banned 3 weeks ago for a post. AMC, wow, $300, you'd be a millionaire? Looks like you're probably going to be a millionaire here shortly. That's incredible. That's cool. That's really cool. I got banned 3 weeks ago for a post from 10 years ago. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. How about Lucid at 17, only 13 shares though? Yeah, I had bought Lucid at 17. I think 17.30 around there. Rode it up to about 52, 53, and then sold it. And then I started buying it. Oh, I thought I was on Lucid for a second. Started buying it on the way down way too soon, like in the 30s. And then I just kept buying it all the way down. Once we went through the share lockup back here at 16, that's where I really averaged down to 21. Elon destroyed Doge. What do you think about SHIB, man? I have a little over 9 million. I think SHIB is solidified itself as something to definitely pay attention to. I think a lot of people have adopted it, so it's gonna be around in that sense. You need practical use of it, and it has a lot of coins outstanding, which doesn't really mean it couldn't practically be used, but I think it's gonna have its own cycles. So like crypto, not in favor right now. Last I checked, the overall broad market is not in favor. Once it comes back around, it probably will. I wouldn't be opposed to, selling out enough to get that initial investment back and then holding the rest for free, and then kind of gauging on where the fear and greed of it is, how much it's going up or down. But I think it's good in general. AMC to the moon. CCIV was awesome. CCIV was great. CCIV was wonderful until they weren't. This thing bled for so long. What was this? Yeah, this was back in February. It's crazy to think that. I don't know. I feel like the last 2 years have just flown by, just gone. Can't even stand to look at ETC anymore. Can't do it. What's your prediction for Lucid this coming week? I think well, I think Lucid is better than Rivian. I don't know if you guys are invested in Rivian. It's just my opinion. I think Lucid is better than Rivian, and eventually you're going to see people go from like Rivian and these other startup stocks into Lucid as it proves itself more. And like good headlines like this. One day ago, first test confirms Lucid Air charges faster than Model S or Taycan. Things like this. The better reviews it gets, the better headlines it gets, the more it'll do its thing and be good. But I think next week we'll probably be bullish if the markets are decent. The OMICRON situation, that's going to steal the headlines coming Monday. And I'll be watching the futures coming 6 o'clock tomorrow, because that should give us a certain gauge. But then you always have the chance that China goes crazy and delist stocks. And if NEO is a part of that, I still own 100 shares of NEO. That's going to be a big ouch. But yeah, no, I think it'll be good as long as the markets are good in general. They release info about partnership with Newegg and other stuff. Yeah, that I need to get my daily dose of Lucid news in. Been so into AMC and what's going on, I haven't even seen. I think it's only been about 2 days since I really didn't look at the news. CCIV ruined my life. Why did it ruin your life? My plan sells at 300, 500, 1,000, 5,000. Don't really believe we're going to see 10,000 on AMC shares. What would that put the market cap at? Put the market cap, let's say 513 million times. They put the market cap at what, 5 trillion? That's 5 trillion. Yeah, that's a lot. But I mean, unprecedented times. 5,000 what? That'd be 2.5 trillion. That's like comparable to Apple. I don't know. Anything can happen, but I see what you're saying for sure. Have other YouTubers reached out to you? Yeah, talked to some of them, not all the time. I like to comment on people's videos that I do like to watch. So I like to get different perspectives. I think that's how YouTube is so great. It taught me a lot of what I know over the past four-ish years. It teaches you a lot, but you never want to just listen to one person. You want to get as many inputs on a situation. Like, I totally disagree with a lot of what Dave Ramsey says, right? I'm sure you guys know Dave Ramsey. Maybe you're fans, maybe you're not. I think that if you're aggressively trying to build wealth, there's a safe way to do it, like the way that I do it with rentals and building equity, but good debt is a thing. Like, I don't agree with what he says in that sense of all debt is bad debt, but I do like to hear the different opinions because I don't think mine is right all the time. I like to hear maybe where I can improve. And, you know, I talk to other YouTubers in mostly the comment section. I don't like email them or anything like that. It'd be cool too. I would like to. Some people wanted to collab, you know, back on Lucid and etc. But I'm just so busy because I work another job too, real estate agent, and manage my own properties on top of trading and managing my own portfolio on YouTube. I do try to stay as busy as possible. Wish I had more time too, though. I work by Rivian. They have been pumping out vans. They have the SUVs coming soon. Park there too. Yeah. And I don't know directly enough about the company to really. I shouldn't be saying that Lucid is so much better because I don't know too much about them. I've done my basic due diligence. Like 100,000 vehicles are supposed to be going to Amazon. They're supposed to have like 500,000 vehicles by like 2026 per year, some number like that. But a majority of their deliveries for a while are going to be Amazon vehicles. And if that partnership falls through, we got some news, I believe last week, that Amazon was questioning the range that they had said on their vehicles. So if that falls through for whatever reason, the Ford manufacturing deal fell through. If that falls through, the valuation is going to get crushed. And I don't want to, take that big risk. And there's risk with all EV stocks. I think the whole EV sector is basically in a bubble. like you could do calculations like by 2026 or 2025, their Lucid should have about $22.5 billion in revenue. If you say 10% is your net profit margin, 2.5 billion, roughly around there, and then you times that, I say 50 or 100, you're still only have so much upside. But I think valuations will get a lot higher in the next coming years. We still have like 35 years until EV is massively adopted. So I think the valuations will go up. And I think, Lucid with another factory or just other EV companies, they're incentivized to do well. They have shares in these companies. So if you pick them good, Lucid I think is good. Rivian will probably be good, but it's just a lot of risk at this point, I think. Which all of these have a lot of risk. I'm not buying Lucid Motors at the current price. Like, I will wait for it to come down unless something just fundamentally just changes a lot. And that could always happen. How far do you think we are away from MOAS? Well, I think I think there has to be, this is very highly debated. I think a lot of people are under the impression that it's not going to be one catalyst, which it very well could be one catalyst that sends the stock higher, that forces shorts to cover and has this snowballing effect. The way we are looking with the volume, the way that we have FOMO buying just happening everywhere else besides AMC, you could see it anytime. But if I were to say, at the latest, probably, shoot, I hate doing this, but latest definitely, end of 2022. The earliest, like any day. I'm more inclined to say by end of January, early February. That's where I would put my bet on, but close to do another Bud Light. The government will not allow anything higher than 200 and demand it end before December 31st, and demands farmers to automatically without 25% in taxes. Yeah, we have a lot of things towards the end of the year. Tax loss harvesting, Santa Claus rally. I don't know if we can throw that out the window yet because, just what is happening right now. There's a lot of people that are watching the markets, and usually they go away on vacation. Tax loss harvesting, this new SEC proposal, that's all going to play into itself. And I think that's a huge thing. Like, I can't even stress that enough. The SEC proposal, if we can see who has short positions, you're not going to want to be in a short position in AMC. And that could happen in the next 30, 90 days. Usually they have been going pretty fast. Want AMC to hit 300, I'll be set for life, essentially. Dang. Yeah? What? That'd be a 10x from here? Pretty much a 10x? Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be solid. Make sure y'all like the video. Yeah, like the video. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. But, what do you guys seriously think about this variant? Do you think it's going to be a big problem? Like, do you think there's a chance it could be a big problem? What do you guys think about it? It's a negative beta, really 10.31. Huh. I haven't heard that. Last I heard it was like 4. But it hasn't been playing like that recently. For a while it did. For a while, when the markets were down, AMC would tend to be up. I think that was more just traders would flock into the stock and help to do that when the markets were down. I invest $5K, then my shares rise to $10K. I sell half and leave the other 2.5. Do I pay tax on the 2.5K I sold? Wait, hold on. Let's say I invest $5K, then my shares are 10. I sell half. Okay. Yeah, you'd pay taxes on what you sold. But in AMC it's a little bit different because like I said, I really don't like to sell stock anymore because of taxes. But with AMC, you definitely want to sell and, get waxed with the taxes. Like, waxed. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, 2.5K. Oh, we'll just roll with it. So I didn't know if I was seeing that right. But, yeah, 5K. I think it'd be a problem if it's able to mutate quickly, but for now there isn't enough data to work off in the month or two. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, especially here in Michigan, other states too. All that matters is when the hospitals can't take in normal patients. That's when you're looking at problems. That's the kind of data that I'll be watching for once this really starts to. Who knows if it's here or not? But if it is, then we're probably okay. If it's not, and then we start to see hospitals getting overrun, that's where you have the problems. What do you think about the crypto market at the moment? I think crypto is just going through an unfavorable cycle. I think it's good because obviously you don't want to buy things when it's up. You just got to have that patience. So I think it's good to buy and just hold right now. I don't think this variant will mean anything. The Delta variant didn't do anything. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. And I don't remember the markets freaking out like that over the Delta. Tyler is the man. You the man, God the Heavenly Father. Appreciate you. Tofig, who's a post on Twitter about negative beta this morning. I appreciate you. I don't know how to say your name. Sleps. Claps. We're just going to call you Claps, okay? Are the hospitals operating at a critical level and turning away ambulances in Michigan? Not that I have heard, but I heard that, a lot of people are quitting. So there's not enough staff for the hospitals. One hospital in, not necessarily where I live, but where I used to live in Flint, Grand Blanc area, they had fired like 200 people, that nurses mostly, that wouldn't get the vaccine. A lot of people in Michigan don't want to get the vaccine. I'm personally not vaccinated, but it's pro-choice. I just don't think there's enough data in general. But yeah, they quit, and there was 200 job openings, and they haven't even filled half of them. So I think that's the biggest problem, is people don't want to get the vaccine. I believe they did away with the mandate now because so many people were quitting. But I'll have to see on that. I haven't heard any direct headlines, but I know a lot of people are passing away from it right now. Younger people. My friend's cousin was 25 years old, and a big dude, bodybuilder, just not a legit bodybuilder, not like huge, but definitely very, very fit, just passed away from it. It's really sad. But that's what I'll mainly be watching for. Omicron's supposed to be way worse than Delta, like way worse. That's what I'm hearing. That's what investors are telling me. I don't need the news to tell me anything. That's what investors are telling me. I would much rather pay attention to the money than the news. But people could just be jumpy and be a little skittish and freaking out. So it could go either way. But yeah, there was 9 mutations. I just read this today because I'm going to keep you guys up to date. No matter who likes it, who doesn't, it directly pertains to our investment. But there's 9 mutations of the spike protein, how it enters cells. And on the Delta, there was 9. Now there's 30 on this one. So it's definitely a weird situation, to say the least. Just keep buying crypto on a weekly, so you can be the first person they talk about being filthy rich in years to come, never sell. Yeah, that's like the first known Bitcoin transaction. 2 pizzas, the people gave them 10,000 bitcoins. Crazy. Yeah, there's enough data for me to say no. Yeah, and a lot of people do. I know a lot of people. Wait, I was way wrong. It was Sunday. George posted negative beta numbers. My bad. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. Travel. They're trying to use travel nurses. They tried that here in New Mexico, and people mass quit because it was a slap in the face, and traveling nurses make more. Yeah, that's going on too. I actually know an investor that's a little bit old. Well, quite a bit older than me. He said if there's anybody that you know that is nurses that want to be traveling nurses, because the hospitals are so short staffed, that they'll make like crazy amount. It's like in between, he said, like 90 and $120 an hour, and some just hospital nurses make in between 40 and 60 here. So yeah, I could definitely see that. And that's just a huge problem. I'm flying in early January to Florida. Kind of worried the airports will be shut down. Early January. Yeah, we'll definitely know the scope of the situation by then. And I'm not trying to like be a fear monger. Like that's not what it is. I try to be as transparent and upfront. Like if I thought AMC was never going anywhere, one, I wouldn't have any shares, and I wouldn't say good things about it. I wouldn't say good things about it. Just like Lucid, I'm gonna call the top when it's the top, regardless of who loves me, hates me for it, because that's what I like to watch on YouTube. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting the next couple months. And I truly think it will go away once we get the vaccine news, that it's somewhat effective. That's when you're gonna see a rally, because people are gonna say, hey, it's not as bad, we're not set back 2 years. And you'll see this rally. But yeah, airports, that's gonna be tough. Rest in peace once people in your circle start passing away. That's, you know, it's bad. Yeah, a lot of people. This lady that I work with, a lot of people in her family have passed away. Well, she's got a really big family, but a lot of people have passed away. Hello, my Tran, what's up, dude? We'll never comply. QLGN on Monday, thanks. If you have a minute, please check QLGN on Monday, thanks. That's a stock, right? We'll look at it. Yeah. Oh, Q. Huh. Holy yeah. There's making some moves. I'll have to look into the news on that one. It says basically the Future Millionaires Club. Pretty much. I mean, if you're here, you're holding AMC. You're not here for a trade. You're gonna do well. And obviously, not financial advice. If you guys don't believe in the trade, that's on you guys to do whatever. But yeah, pretty much. I mean, anybody that invests for a long time will become wealthy. There's no question if it's how long is it going to take. AMC is that kickstart to make more things happen after that. That's why I hope people don't hit AMC and then just never invest in the markets ever again. Like that would suck. Because when I first got into the markets, I got burned. I went after all these penny stocks and just things that I would never touch now, and got burned, lost a decent amount of money, and then realized, like, hey, there's a right way to do this. There's a way to gamble but be safe about it at the same time. That's why I trade. If you guys, any of you guys are in the buy and sell alerts community, in the description of every video, like, we make a decent amount of trades, not a ton of trades, because I like to be like a sniper and get the good ones, but playing things small can go crazy. Like, the best trade I ever hit was Redfin January 20th 2020 calls, $60. I believe there were $60 calls, maybe $30 calls, and I bought 2 of them for $15 a piece. Those things, when I cashed them out, the first one, I think I took it out at $2,500, and the next one was at like $2,900. So that was just a crazy gain off a tiny amount of money. That was nice. Can't wait for us to cash out. Yeah, that'll be a good day. Has anyone looked or gotten wind of what the Pelosi have sold off, bought recently? I wonder where the market is going with this new variant. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. Last I heard that the last filing she did was like a couple months ago, because they don't have to report, periodically. They just have to report when they sell something, 30 days, up to 30 days after. Flew out of Tampa to visit family in Texas. OMICRON is massive FUD campaign aimed directly at scaring people to sell AMC. Well, just kidding, but imagine. Yeah, something's going on. It's either way bad or something along those lines. It's just a weird reaction from the world. I've never sold one share of AMC. Me either. I did sell my, was it Sinmark? I forget. Is it Sinmark or Sinworld? It's listed on the Sinmark, I believe, right? Yeah. I sold my Sinmark shares a long time ago. Yeah, I sold my Sinmark shares a long time ago. What was that? The drop? I think I bought them around here, about $8. I think I sold them at like 10. It wasn't a huge gain, but I sold those ones, but you couldn't pay me to sell my AMC. AMC pans out soon. I'm gonna get back in ATC. I sold back about 7 months ago when I was working in Iowa and it tanked. Yeah, AMC, ETC. That's just one that's probably gonna take a lot of time. Like, yeah, you could definitely wait. Probably wait a while to get back into it. But the fundamentals of it are great. As long as there's no more attacks, which it's basically impossible to attack it now. I love penny stocks, although I toss a few bucks in them to see where they go for curiosity's sake. I'm watching this HCMC one. Things are weird with it. Yeah, I see a lot of people making videos about HCMC, and they actually get a decent amount of views. And I'm like, I mean, I haven't looked into the company too much, but people definitely track it and watch it. That's not a bad one, honestly, to be a part of. But yeah, penny stocks, dude. Microvision. I own Microvision at 28 cents. I put $100 in at the peak. At the peak, dude. I own this thing back here. What price was it? $2. Dude, I own this thing at 28 cents per share. Like, you're talking like on a dip somewhere in the last couple years. I got it at 28 cents a share. And then this thing ran up to $28. I only put 100, well, I bought 100 shares for, what's that? Like nothing. And at the peak, it would have been worth like $8,000 off $100. Ridiculous. Sometimes they're worth just throwing money in. You don't care if you get back and waiting for it to go crazy. Like I got a, what's it called? Mind Medicine. The whole shroom stock, the Kevin O'Leary backed one. I just bought 100 shares. I think I'm down like 50% on it, but it's one of those you just hold it until something crazy happens. If it never does, then you write it off on your taxes, I guess. A lot of those though. Microvision, that's one that I'm still like, dang, how did I do that? Why did I do that? But I feel you, Iggy Lemon. You are marriage material. I've been happily married for over 20 years. Oh, my God. Can't knock him. Can't knock him. So funny. Whenever like girls I see in person will talk about somebody hitting on him, I'm like, well, can't knock the guy. At least he's not shy, you know. That's funny. You guys are good sports. Do you think December 7th AMC calls are risky at the moment? Do you think it's a good idea to monitor for a couple of days before next week before committing? December 7th. See, I always like to go out, well, depending, because my option trading strategy is, I shouldn't say different, but it's been refined over years of doing it. Like, let's say there's a news catalyst. Let's say this NFT news, and AMC is a little bit different than other stocks. Much harder to predict what the follow through is going to be. But say the NFT news on Monday does make the stock go crazy. We get vaccine news on Sunday, AMC starts skyrocketing. Then it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that if you're like trading options like me. I would go out at least one extra week. So yeah, if you're looking at what, that would be just the next week, right? Hold on. All right. I want to get this right. But I always like to go not the same week of expiration unless it's a quick just day trade, like 10, 20, 30 minutes in and out. Other than that, I like to go one extra week out. Why did I do that? No, why did I do that? Stupid. I like to go one extra week out. So yeah. So if there's a decent news, then I would go at least one week out. God damn it. Yeah. Then I would go, to the probably December 10th if I wanted to hold it for a couple days. But usually if I just think a stock's going to go up, then I'll go out, a month or two. And a lot of the times I'll just go for leaps too. Like I bought a leap on SoFi for like $600. I actually show you. If I had $25 call for January 19th, 2024. Bought this thing. What did I buy this at actually? 570. So I'm up $53, up 9.3%. But yeah, that's probably my favorite way to do it, because if you buy leaps, like, it's very hard to lose money. Like, very hard. There's going to be a chance where you're up on it, But no, I love options. Options are great. For penny stocks, have you heard of IQST? Not off the top of my head. I used to trade a lot of penny stocks, though. Let's see. Ooh, OTC. See, I try to stay away from OTC as much as possible, besides the company that owns FanDuel, because they are the top betting sports betting company in the world, and they are listed on OTC. But no, I try to stay away from penny stocks that are on the OTC, just because there's no like requirements for earnings. You can manipulate a lot more on OTC, and there's usually less liquidity. But sometimes, good things do happen. Hold on. Who owns FanDuel? Flutter Entertainment. I've been watching this stock, but I have not bought it yet. And it's actually went down a lot. But yeah, they own FanDuel. They actually want to spin it off into its own company that could go public. And just the valuation of FanDuel, if they did that, it would essentially make this whole trade free. Because FanDuel's valuation would be like 20 or 30 billion. I think this company is only worth like 40 billion. So it's good. Technical analysis on AMC for next week. I mean, there's really only three things that I like to watch, because we got false breakout after false breakout after false breakout. Is pretty, pathetic at this point. You guys see that right here, looked like we were going to break right here, came back down, looked like we were going to break right here, and pretty much the same thing right there, getting up to those levels. But three things, the only three things I can assure you that matter when you're looking at technical analysis for AMC. Biggest thing is going to be the volume. That's why I talk about it all the time. If you don't get volume coming into the stock, you're not going to see a big move to the upside or the downside. Second thing is the moving averages, because they are your basically your strongest support and resistance levels. And then on top of that, resistance and support. So we're like literally in the middle between our lower end support and between about $34.50 and $35 per share. And then this higher end support at about $44 to $45 per share. So we're right in the middle. You're probably going to see a move to the downside or to the upside. And I know I sound like a fucking genie saying that. You're going to see a move to the upside or the downside. And that's... I was actually looking right there. But yeah, we're kind of on the, the lower end of this. And what I said in the other videos is what I think is going to happen if we do get bad news over the weekend, investors take it bad, will likely fall down to about $34.50 per share, bounce back above that. If we get good news, it could go totally the opposite way. We could bounce back up, over 40. But I do expect there to be some negative reaction until we get good news. But this $35 level is going to serve as a solid support. So I don't expect to go lower than that, but anything's possible. And then ultimately, the 200-day moving average is where you're going to see a lot of support, because we have never touched that since like forever. So I doubt we're going to go down to $30.63. But it all depends on the volume. And other than that, I mean, you could look at like candlestick formations and all that, but you're really wasting your time at that point, because those are the three things the volume, the moving averages, and the support and resistance. And the moving averages, if you're on the daily candlestick chart, you see the 100-day is the orange, the 50-day is the blue, and we just fell under that. So, we're going to see a little bit of resistance around where these are at, $39.50, $40. Once we break out above that, that'll be another solid level of support. But I really want to see a clean break above the moving averages, because you can flirt around with them for a couple days, like we've been flirting with $44, $45 for a while now. Like, I thought for sure we were going to get a break, but we just never got that kind of volume we needed. And when we did, it was this day to the downside. Well, no, this was actually to the upside. Why is it red though? 82 million right here, but didn't really do too much. Right here too, 70 million, but just record unprecedented low volume right now. So it's going to depend on that, really, what happens, to be honest. Will AMC end in the red on Monday since Friday ended in the red? That's what we typically see, but Mondays tend to be our strongest days, and coming off the announcement, as long as we don't get a shit announcement from Adam Aaron, I don't think it's going to be a bad announcement or not what we expect. I think it's going to be the NFTs, something along those lines, maybe the crypto, but he specifically said one of our big December movies. So that's related directly to NFTs. I think he gave us a big sign right there. So it's going to be the NFT situation. I think it will cause FOMO buyers to go into the marketplace as long as the market isn't red. And if it's red, then there's decent chance it could be red. Like, it could literally go either way. By Sunday after 6, once the futures come out and we fully digest what the news is and what investors are going to latch onto, that's when we can really tell how it's likely to be coming on Monday. Some people are saying setting limit sell order for AMC is pointless since they might not go through during the squeeze because of the crazy volatility. Oh, well, setting the limit sell order, like, you don't want it to go through when you're actually going through the MOAS. This is just to say, like, because we all know by now, I'm sure most of you guys know, that brokers, even if you hit that button that says on different brokerages that don't lend out your shares, I still think if people think not buying the stock is hurting the movement, I think it's fair to say that brokerages are still going to lend out your shares even if you hit that button. Call me crazy, but I think the second one is much more believable. And all you're basically doing is trying to restrict the brokerages from doing that. You don't actually want to sell your shares at that price, because if you put a $100 limit order on, I think it's going to go much higher than $100. So I don't want to keep that on. Once it started to go like past 60, I would raise it to 150, or do it like that so you would never be forced to sell, but they can't lend out your shares without you knowing about it, because that's what is really going on. Like I said earlier, if you guys are just joining, the biggest things that are hurting the MOAS is people using the option, just buying options, letting all that money expire. People can make the argument that market makers, they account for most of the option activity in the marketplace, which is true, but AMC has a record number of options, almost, every monthly expiration, sometimes the highest amount of options throughout the whole entire market here on this one stock. So that's definitely not helping. And then the short sellers, they're using option strategies to make it look like they have covered, to report that they have covered when they actually haven't. And then the third thing, like we're talking about right now with the share lockup, is they're just lending out these shares over and over and over again. And which is legal to do, as long as when you sell your shares, you can actually sell them and get your money back. But if people aren't selling, then you could do whatever you want with those shares, because nobody's selling, nobody's trying to redeem their shares. But in theory, if you do have that sell limit order, then they won't be able to do that, because you have your shares could be sold at any time, basically. And I imagine that the closer to the price, like right now, reasonably, if you did a $70 sell order, there is a very, very, very low chance you'll wake up on Monday and AMC will be over $70. Well, I wouldn't do this right now because we don't know what the announcement is, but on a normal day, I think it's safe to say that that's not going to happen. It's not going to go that fast. You're not going to gap up. What would that be right now? That'd be a 100% move in pre-market, which, I mean, it's possible, but improbable. So you don't actually want to sell them like that because, I mean, you're going to have your own strategy, and my personal strategy is not, doesn't, favor that, doing that. But right now, if a lot of people did that, and that's probably not going to go too far, I don't really expect it to. I hope it does, but it would do a lot. It would definitely help a lot for sure. Do you agree with Wycliffe thesis? I'm not exactly sure what that is. I have an idea, man. You won't believe this. I'll sell one rental and buy 5,000 shares, but one at a time, back to back. Sorry, I had to do it. My wife keeps laughing when you read what I typed since you said hi to her the other night. What is going on, wife? What is going on? I hope you guys are doing well. It's not a bad idea. I mean, the return you're going to get from AMC, probably a lot higher than a rental. Because I get cap rate is if you include the cash flow, if you include the mortgage pay down, include writing off the interest on your taxes on the loan. And that's the three ways you make money off rentals. And that's good. That's good. You're at like a 10 to 12% cap rate. Which is not bad, but that's 12% a year. AMC can do that in a day. It's definitely not a bad idea. Yeah, Julie Miller. I'm not exactly sure what Wyckoff is or who that is. What do you think Adam Aaron is going to say tomorrow? Just your opinion. My opinion is probably an NFT. I think it's gonna have a lot of people excited. Like, I'm excited thinking about it because I don't even have one, but I want one. I want one if they're going to do this. Yeah, I'm definitely going. And the theater is not close to my house, so I will have to, go a decent way, but it'll be worth it. So I think it'll definitely help drive revenue. Hopefully they do this more often. Dude, imagine if they partnered with Netflix on this. Just showed some of the great Netflix movies in theaters with freaking NFTs attached to them. The NFT is with Adam Aaron with no pants on. Dude, now we're talking. I'm in there. I will go right now. You know how valuable it's going to be worth one day? Oh, shoot, that's a good one. That is a really good one. Let's see if there's new headlines. I'd like to see what's the headlines. Leaked info. That's funny. His giant dong. Schlong. I like to call them schlongs. Movie comes out next month. Yeah, that'd be cool. Netflix, we need this deal. This Netflix deal, AMC Netflix deal. Like, come on, man. What is taking so long? Like, Netflix spends $200 million making Red Notice, which was a great movie. Definitely theater worthy. And they spent that kind of money making that movie, and you're not going to get it into, theaters? That's crazy. That's just crazy to me. I don't see how that's sustainable. But Netflix does make a lot of money. About $4 billion a quarter, $7 billion a quarter. The NFT thing. I'm kind of dumb in the sense of it too. Like, I don't know how it would work if they were issuing an NFT. Like, if you'd get a ticket and then like have a code to like go get it off like what's the big one? See something. Forget. I don't have a account with them, but yeah, NFTs are kind of cool. Not really like a trading thing as much, but and some of them are stupid expensive. The Wyckoff method kind of predicts price action patterns, I believe. Huh, yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. See, I like to like the biggest way, just with any stock, AMC, any other stock on the marketplace, I think the biggest things to pay attention to is what is going on in the overall economy that plays into your trade. Because unless a stock has good news, the stock moves based off of what is going on in the overall markets. What is hitting your certain sector? When oil is down a lot, these oil companies are down a lot. It doesn't matter if the oil company just had news or good news. It's still going to be down a lot. Same thing with COVID and AMC right now. You know, they're in that sector of the economy that's hardest hit if anything does get crazy or go south. So with any stock in general, technology stocks, a little bit different because you don't really get sector news like that. But, you know, you can kind of figure out, you know, what's going on with market sentiment and all that. I'm really skeptical on a lot of that other stuff because, I mean, you could make a trade based off of a lot of that stuff. And sometimes it'll work, but a lot of the times I've found it doesn't always work. And some trades, obviously, are more technical trades, more fundamental-driven trades. Like, you know, stocks that do well, that have a lot of revenue during, like, Black Friday, like Amazon, Walmart. Those are not bad trades to be getting into right now. The Walmart one kind of scared me. I actually sold out of it because they're a part of the opioid lawsuit, too. And I was like, yep, nope, I don't want to be involved in this. But it actually went up after I sold it, so. Like, that's the thing with the buy and sell alerts community. Like, there's like 40 members in there. If you guys are in there, then you'll know this. I'm really good at getting you guys in trades. I get in trades great, but I'm not as great getting out of them. In the sense of sometimes I get out too early, sometimes I hold them way too long. But trying to do a lot better, taking profits sooner. I think that's the kind of marketplace we're in. You just got to take profits sooner. So that's what we've been doing. Like the Rivian put I just did. $85 December 17th Rivian put. Bought it for like $200 or $230. Sold it for like $470. Like 2 days later. Like I will take 100%. It was like 105%. I'll take that. Because I used to just go for crazy returns. Like 1,000% returns. Which happened. But, you know, if you pass up on a 200% return because you're getting greedy, that'll get you clapped. You know the government is in deep with all this crap. They're going to try and use the new version, help out the hedgies to line their own pockets. That would not surprise me. That would not surprise me. Freaking hedgies. Lining their damn pockets, man. In regards to your last video, TD won't let me set limit order above 100, but keep the info coming, bro. Love your channel. Yes, Fidelity, people are saying Fidelity said basically the same thing, only 30% higher. It doesn't really matter in the sense, I guess that's more validation that is actually, you know, doing that, because they want to lend out your shares. They make money by doing that. So if they're not letting you set these limit orders, then it's really it's got to be restricting them even more from doing anything like that, lending out your shares. But I think a limit order at 100 would be plenty. Like that would be a huge gain to wake up to. But I would probably wait until like Tuesday, see how this news development works. Trixie Koger. Nope, Julian. We got 2 females? Oh my god. This is great. Shout out to you guys. Do you know if you are a female in here or in general interested in stocks, like you are definitely, like Joe Black said, wife material. Do you know analytics, the YouTube analytics for my channel, for other channels, is only in between 7 and 9% female viewership? Like, you are a select few. It's kind of ridiculous. Like such a small percentage of females watch finance videos. It's crazy. I've never once met a female that likes stocks. Ever. Never. I'm like, cursed, I guess. You gotta know in some way Pelosi, her old man, has to know Kenny on a personal level to make what they make and know and get out before anything goes down. Yeah. Oh yeah. They all know each other. They probably had Thanksgiving together, bro. It all makes sense now. Gosh. Connecting the dots. They all had Thanksgiving. They plotted on the markets. Man. This is BS. We just figured it out. Nancy Pelosi and her husband plotting with Fauci and the hedgies and the market makers. This is all bad, bro. Pelosi did make tennies with her NVIDIA calls. I'm a female too. Okay. You guys are the select few. That is awesome. And even though there is less girl traders, well, I shouldn't say girl, female traders actually tend to do better than your average guy. Interesting. Why are girls not into finance? Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But finance is only fun and interesting if you look at things in the way that I do. I feel like the stock market is 50% boring, 50% a massive casino with unlimited gains. That's the way I look at it. Like, people are like, yeah, you want to go to the casino? Which I like to go play blackjack, but I like to put $100 down. You know, I don't like to go blow my money on that. I would rather put that into an option that can make me a millionaire. You know, things like that. So, females, casino. What's your average on AMC? Well, I've been buying AMC the whole time, so I bought a lot of shares at around $5. I didn't buy it all the way down to $1.91, to be honest with you guys. I bought it at about $5. Held on to it for a while. Started buying it more in the $30 range once I seen the community start to pick up even more, and because I never had plans to even sell it back then. But once things started to snowball, I started buying more shares. I think my average cost is like mid-20s, low 30s, I believe. Because I've been buying a lot more now, like a lot more. Been buying almost every couple of days. Now, see, you gotta give me props, and I gotta put that idea in my head after one of his videos. Yeah, that's, we're screwed. Pelosi, yeah, we're screwed. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense, man. Here. More money. I have more money in the stock market than my husband has. Just saying. Oh, you guys are both into the stock market. Here we go. What, did he get you into the stock market, or did you get him into the stock market? -0. No. This is great. Same here, been in since January. Oh, yeah. Yeah, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you bought it cheap and you continue to buy it, you definitely push up that average quite a lot. Mine was 22, but after last buy-in, it's 41. Yeah, and really any price is, you know, decent in my personal opinion. Do you play video games? I actually do sometimes. I don't have a lot of time to, so I try to like between my other job, you know, real estate stuff, and that's just mostly a lot of paperwork, going to show houses and stuff like that, and YouTube. I try to at least watch one movie a night, like 1 2-hour movie a night, or play video games for like 2 hours. I like League of Legends. I played Fortnite for a really long time. I actually like COD Mobile with a Xbox controller. Playing that on my phone, that's pretty cool too. But yeah, I try to sometimes. I got my wife into crypto. Ooh, 20 years from now, she's gonna be saying thank you. Well, you guys, because you're a team at that point. I wonder how many shares we collectively have and all have here. Yeah, I wonder just like in general, that'd be so cool to see how many shares people actually own, like in real time. I think that'd be just sick. Sick. I got him and my son-in-law got me into AMC. Let's go. Yeah. She's like, look at the chart. No, it just dropped 20%. Elon. Go and check Elon's Twitter. Props to you guys, man. My average buy-in is 43.50 with 1,600 shares in AMC. I'm down. Yeah, 43.50. Yeah, you're down a little bit for sure. What about $6 per share? Yeah. As long as you don't sell though, you don't lock in that loss. Then that's the big thing. Are you mid support, top jungle, or ADC? I'm best with ADC. Well, I shouldn't say that. Well, yeah. I'm best as Draven ADC. And Ari mid or Ari support. I also like to do Draven top. People hate it, but it's OP. It's OP. I'm terrible jungle though. Like, I don't know why. I'm just a terrible jungle. Most of my job got laid off, so I bought Battlefield 2042. Yeah, I also play Battlefield 4. My favorite was Battlefield 3. It's great. 5,000 plus. You got 5,000 shares? Man, you gonna share some? Salad John. Sorry, I cannot say your name. Panama. We're gonna call you Panama. Okay. 5,000 plus. I'll start at 1,500. Incredible, guys. Incredible. 48, let me know who has an old Atari I can have. I understand those games. Yeah, Atari. I think, what was my first console? I think it was a PlayStation. Was it PlayStation 1? I believe. I was so young. I remember playing a Battlefield. Maybe it was Atari. No, it wasn't Atari. I think it was PlayStation 1. I thought the graphics were great when I was a kid. I still remember them being great, but if I played it now, I'd be like, what? What was I doing? 48 years young, my brother. I am a Blitz main. Ooh, Blitz is good. When I'm playing Draven, I usually ban Blitz. A lot of those just supports just kill me. If I get hit with a Blitz arm and I'm Draven, I'm done. I'm so done. Like, I am dead instantly. Battlefield 3 was awesome. Yep. Dude, man, I used to love that game. But I got it and I downloaded it and there's something weird with it. I forget it was like had to been over 6 months ago now. You have to do something weird to play the game, and I just was not gonna do it. I've been holding for about 4 months. I'm holding this share unless that new COVID virus hit the U.S. Then I'll have to rethink my plan. How do you feel about this new COVID virus in Africa? Yeah, I think I'm sure a lot of you guys that have been in this stream for a while are probably gonna be sick of me saying this for like a month, but it doesn't make a lot of sense what we seen on Friday. It was the day after Thanksgiving. We were supposed to have very low volume. We only had 100 cases of this. And early in the morning, there wasn't even a clear amount of cases. We found out later 100 cases. And the market sold off hundreds of billions of dollars. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. That's the one thing. Like, I can't. justify it in my mind why that happened, unless big money knows something that we don't know. And that's I think that's going to be key to pay attention to. And we'll get confirmation next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if that is the case. If we do just bounce back and, well, for a couple days and we see us start to rebound, then maybe it was just investors freaking out. Maybe a day after Thanksgiving, tax loss harvesting, people just started to freak out, sell stock for taxes, all that. Seen really high volume. But if we see Monday really bad, we see a little bounce on Tuesday, and then Wednesday's really bad again, and then, a small bounce, and then just big drops, that's going to signify there's something else going on. So it could go either way. I think ultimately when the vaccine numbers come out that say even if it's over 50% effective at this new variant, I think investors will take that well. If it comes in like 20% effective, then yeah, we're probably in for some pain. But if it comes in over 50%, I think investors will say, that's good enough. We're not set back 2 years. They can retune the vaccines and, send them back out better and be able to fight it better. But definitely a weird situation, that sell-off. Now I want the stock market to be my new video game, but so far I'm losing. Oh, you and me too, man. Sometimes you just can't win. Just can't win. Do you trade well, I know a lot of you guys are like all in AMC, so it might be a stupid question, but if you trade options, it could definitely be back and forth like that. Once I'm on a losing streak though, I try to just stop trading as much. After AMC squeezes, crypto is the future. That's true. That's true. I'm very bullish on crypto longer term. I think you're just going to get cycles, but, over the next 5 to 10, 20 years from now, you will want to have been a part of crypto. I feel like crypto it's definitely went up, but I feel like it's along the same lines of like buying Amazon 20 years ago. Like you would have wanted to buy Amazon 20 years ago. It didn't look like it was so in your face at the time. A lot of people didn't like Amazon. They hated the stock. It was one of the most hated stocks on Wall Street. But in hindsight, looking back, you wanted to own it. So I think that's kind of what it is right now. Because that's what we're all trying to do. We're all trying to find the next Amazon or Bitcoin, in that sense that goes crazy. Might have been me and my wife. We're just trying to remember, but ooh, very first game was bought from Radio Shack. Oh my gosh, yeah, I've been to Radio Shack. I don't think there's any left around me though. I don't know if they went out of business or captured Weeble screen on last Friday pre-market with 268 trade volume. AMC went down. Yeah, crazy. That low volume will do a lot. And you either rip back up or continue to sell off. Lately, we have been starting down with AMC and then coming back up. I'm wanting to trade options for extra and buy more shares. Fidelity Trader Pro. Yeah, and some of the best things you can do with options, like with my portfolio, not with AMC, but with other stocks, I'll always try to buy at least 100 shares. 100 shares of a stock, and like in the case of Lucid Motors, eventually it will go against you. But as long as you sell cover calls, and that's the strategy I was going to say, sell the cover calls for like a month out, and sell them for a higher price than you pay, there's no way you can lose money, and that is free passive income that is risk-free. Like there's so many literal options when trading options. It's great. More Radio Shack, they're gone. That's tragic, man. That's like GameStop. I always went to GameStop too as a kid, and that company was almost gone. That's just crazy. $65,000. Yeah, insane, guys. Insane. Let's see, CNBC doesn't do anything over the weekend. See if there's anything crazy going on. No. Yeah, Black Friday numbers should be really good. That could help the markets too. I just want to see any headlines, if we do get any. See, it's the main headline everywhere. Yeah, nothing new as far as that is concerned. See, things like this too are gonna scare people. It says no matter the U.S. vaccination rate, this virus knows no boundaries. Like, come on, dude. That's not gonna help the markets. Like, great, thanks for that. It's awesome. It's awesome. Last 2 years just flew by. Now we got OMICRON, something out of a damn movie, coming to steal our attendees, man. It's bullshit. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. I just liked and subscribed. Woo! Let's go, baby. Love this channel. We love you. We love you. What's your opinion on the pawn shop idea? Do you think it's vital for that to have the squeeze? Pawn shop idea? I'm not familiar. Unless I'm totally missing what you're saying. I'm not sure what the pawn shop idea. I believe AMC is the most sought after stock on the market. You got hedgers shorting it, Fomo, and day traders trading it daily. While we continue to buy and hold, the stock will moon if it can hold up. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I think you had a lot of those traders that were in the stock with all of this crazy volume, and they've since seen other stocks going crazy. Longeveron, DWAC, countless other stocks that I've traded. All of those stocks. I traded DWAC, traded Longeveron, but I wasn't fully invested in AMC because to a certain extent, if you want to just go balls to the wall, that's fine. But I have a lot of gains in stocks, so I'm not going to sell those stocks to pay taxes on them and then reinvest that in AMC. I just continuously buy the stock. But a lot of people, they sold out almost completely. There's, in my opinion, there's like very few traders left in the stock. And that's what's ultimately great because AMC has so much publicity. There's never been a stock with more publicity than AMC. Arguably, Tesla probably has AMC beat overall because that's just been a hot stock for a very long time. But yeah, AMC, I would say it's probably the second, right behind Tesla. So everybody knows what AMC is. They know the trade. They know about the short squeeze. They know about apes. Once we do see that move to the upside, you're going to see all of those FOMO buyers. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. And they're all going to come back into the stock. Like imagine that. Like, come on. You sold out of it. You sold out of the stock when you were down on it. And you see the stock going crazy again. You're going to buy the stock again. Like, that's terrible investment logic, but that's just how it works. like that's how it works. Like once I sell a stock in general, I won't even look at it. I won't even acknowledge its existence because I don't want to see, like if I hear about it's going up or going down, I try not to pay attention to it because I don't like to do that. NSCC 010, they extended the time to decide on this rule. Oh, that's ridiculous. They've done that too on what was it, 005? They did that. What did I miss? Native Gamer. I mean, we've just been talking about a lot. The OMICRON, talking about the share lockups. What else are we talking about? A lot of stuff. We're talking about a lot. All good stuff, though. All good stuff. Would allow funds to use would allow funds to use their long positions as collateral to get cash. Is what I was under the assumption. This is the pawn shop. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, and there's been a lot of rules about collateral requirement and doing all that. I think that highlights the issue that's going on. You know, that firms are so over leveraged. Like it's ridiculous. Like if they, you know, made the wrong rule change, it could hurt a lot of people. So, I don't think like any of those are gonna deliberately be the reason why AMC does squeeze. But the more, you know, improvements we get to things, which that's not really an improvement, but the better. Has the volume declined on AMC? Why are people saying not to buy more AMC? People are saying not to buy more AMC probably because they're out of money. It really doesn't make sense to me. That's like Trey says. If you're going to believe anybody, I mean, that guy's cool. I got all the respect in the world for him. And he put it into a good perspective. It's like taking away the buy button again. Why would you want to do that? Like, you'd see the price go down. That's a fact. You wouldn't see the price shoot up off of people not buying the stock. That's impossible. Stock market logic 101. That's impossible. So it's not. Your concept doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, I would believe Trey over anyone. Yeah, me too, for sure. He's genuine. He's genuine as hell. But the volumes just decline because there's no traders in the stock, which is what you want to see. Because as those, you guys can think about it, as those traders were taking up shares of the float, right? When traders hold shares, depending how they trade, whatever the case is, they own either 10 shares or thousands of shares. Well, they are holding on to those shares. Once they sell those shares, and that's why we've seen the price go down multiple times. That's why we're not $50, $60 per share right now. You see them sell those shares as the true apes are buying and holding the stock, continuously buying more shares. We have been buying those traders' shares. So right now we're getting to the point where we have bought like all of the trader shares. So we have restricted the flow of people that are truly holding on to the stock. That's why it's such a great thing. Now, it's not a great thing if you think traders are never coming back into the stock. If you think FOMO is never going to return. And I think that's, like I said in one of the other videos, I think that's kind of ignorant to think FOMO will not come back into the stock. Maybe I'm ignorant to it because I just like the stock and like how it's setting up, but you're right. You're right. FOMO traders will buy in, and that will moon AMC. I can't wait to see the look on Kangaroo Bay while the apes win the war. Offense while holding 8% of the shares. Yeah, exactly. And another way to think about it too is, if 80% of retail investors back in the last shareholder count, what was that, in August, I believe? Not exactly sure on the day. It's a lot has happened in the last year with AMC. But since then, if 80% of retail own the shares, just to be conservative here, let's say 50% of people were like you guys, buying the shares and actually holding them. Let's say 50% of those people were just traders. We're buying and selling. I know a lot of people that were trading the stock. So that means we really didn't buy and hold 80% of the shares at that current moment. Retail traders in general, yes, but there was a lot of traders. Now fast forward, if we did another shareholder count, those would be the numbers that we would want to see. If we own currently 80% of the shares, that is, dude, like there's no other way to put it. It's game time. It's game time because we're not trading the stock right now. That's the key difference. So that's kind of the best way to put it. Like a trickle down as traders selling, we're selling, we were buying. Now we collectively own those shares and we're not trading them. We're not selling them. But I could ramble about that all day long. Shows the government embodying these things right and tight before they let it rip. Let's go. I can get behind that. I would believe. Oh, yeah, I read that one. What's a surprise tomorrow? Any thoughts? I think it's. Oh, we got another female. Laura, don't get me excited. I think you're the fourth one. This is crazy. We're breaking ground here. The fourth female. You guys are the select. The few. Yeah, definitely NFTs, because he said, right here is the key. He said one of our hello all. I have a fun announcement coming this holiday weekend about one of our big December movies. And he talked about specifically doing NFTs with movies. Like specifically said that a couple times now. So if it's not that, then it's probably going to be something stupid like, I mean, free popcorn for going to see the movie. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that don't really make sense to hype it up like that. So I definitely think it's going to be NFTs. Volume is low because no one is selling. Yeah, essentially. There's not too many sellers, not too many buyers. Like just your apes. Like no traders. Like throw traders out the window. Yeah. Like I think it's just normal people holding the stock, some people selling, some people buying, but a very small percentage on any given day. Like some people are naturally still going to sell. Not everybody is going to buy and hold every, share that they buy. Shit happens sometimes and people, do what they got to do, but it's way more constricted now. Way more just chill. Back when you're seeing hundreds of millions of shares trading hands, that's where you can get the manipulation, the IOUs. IOUs turn into FTDs. You can get these brokerages just lending out all these shares, doing all this crazy stuff. But once you see that low volume, it's really hard to, even manipulate the stock to a certain extent. Because there's just not much to manipulate. There's not very many shares that are traded. FUK. I hope the NFT just has the letters FUK. That'd be great. I could get behind Adam Aaron, the freaking no pants on. That'd be great. Do like the NFT like a GIF when he dropped his camera and he had no pants on. That'd be great. I would buy that. How would the NFT benefit the ape movement though? Just more attention and hence more revenue for the company? Yeah, I think on two fronts. I think you would get more people that would go see the movie. Well, I guess there's really three fronts to it if you technically think about it. But yeah, more people would go see that movie. And that would probably drive more revenue in general for the company, which will be good coming on earnings. But at the same time, if that does happen, then they're going to be able to boast about that. They're going to be able to say, we issued this NFT and look, the blockbuster numbers are twice as high as they were, which is probably an exaggeration. But, if the numbers come out really good from that, that will price in a lot more future growth. Will give AMC a much higher, I shouldn't say much higher, but it will give them a substantially higher metric evaluation. If you're thinking that, every movie that they do an NFT with is going to get 30% revenue boost or 50%, whatever the case is, you're going to have to value that company a little bit higher, crushing that short thesis a little bit more. And then, what was the third thing? There was one other thing I was going to say. I can't even remember, but yeah, just in general, you're going to cause FOMO buyers. People like NFTs, crypto is not as hot right now as it was, but I could see where the appeal and a reason to trade the stock would come from out of that. Or a jar of mayo is the NFT. Just tendies. Just a tendy NFT. That would be great. Have you heard of Catgirl and its NFT? It could be a winner like Shiba was. I'm investing in Catgirl and it currently has 8 zeros. You guys should look into it and gals. I've heard of it. Yeah, I've actually heard of Catgirl, but I'm not exactly sure exactly what it is. I think in reality we are already rich. Look what we have created in the movement in general. People from all over the world coming together. Just imagine if we did this on every level of life. Exactly. I think this is like, for so long, I wanted more people to get interested in the markets because for a long time, retail trading only accounted for in between 3 and 5% of the volume on any given day. That's quadrupled in the last 2 years. And I think that is very valuable. A community that can not only, fight to make these rule changes and just change the community, but work for the same thing to help, change each other's lives, essentially. Just having a community to be behind is a blessing right there. And that does already make us rich. And imagine, 20 years from now, AMC would have already squozen, and we're going to be in many, many other trades by then. But people are going to be in a much better financial state, or even 5 years, even a couple years from now. Even my time in the market, it's only about 4 years now. I've learned so much, and you can see where it can take you with just a little bit of time, and the different strategies like options, passive income, just being able to, see that future. A lot of people don't have, anything that they feel like they can do. Some people feel like they're in a rut and they're just, alone, and they have nothing that can benefit their lives. And little do they know there's a whole community right here. And, while stocks are not too fun all the time, unless you're nerdy like some of us, it's still a community you can grow off of. And, money don't make you happy, but it sure buys you a lot of opportunities. That's for sure. But yeah, I love that comment. Love it so much. Have you heard anything about GME NFT coin? I did. Yeah, I remember hearing about that a couple months ago. I remember the stocks reacted off of it, but I haven't heard anything about it recently. Would AMC stock spike on Monday because of the news? Yeah, I think so. If we can get the virus concerns under control, because that's going to be the main headline. And I do think the market is going to sell off unless we get some kind of vaccine news or something. If we keep seeing these scary headlines, then people will likely still freak out coming on Monday, But if we get some kind of vaccine news on Sunday, that's when you tend to get a lot of news, because markets open on Monday. So even things like that, you tend to get a lot of news on Sunday. So I do expect actually a lot of news tomorrow, because they've had, the first case of this was November 9th. People don't even know about that. Nobody knew about that until it actually comes out. But first case was November 9th. So they've had a while to figure this out. What I really want to hear too is obviously the infection rate, how often it does spread, but even on top of that, the hospitalization rate and the mortality rate. If those are different, if those numbers go up, then you're definitely going to see a bad reaction. But, COVID news, because they drop it, NFT, sus much, right? Come on. For real. Sus. Great, tons of chat with you, boys and girls. Apes, AMC strong together. Hodl, yes, Hodl. Laura, you're a girl, right? Because I'm totally not keeping count, but I think we've had 4 girls in this chat tonight. I think so. I'm totally not keeping count, but I think it's at 4. Which is crazy. Really hoping for a push next week. Yeah, me too. That'd be nice to see another move back up. I would much rather be, in between, 40 and 45 than under 40. Oh, you're a girl too, Vic J? You're a girl too? Oh my gosh. I think that's 5, ain't it? I think 4 or 5. That's incredible. Yeah, but I would much rather be, flirting with the resistance levels than support. Oh no. Yeah, I would much rather be flirting with the resistance levels than down here with the support levels. But we should get confirmation that $35 level will be a support level. It's good. Biden is shutting down flights to and from Africa to contain the virus in Africa from getting to the U.S. Yeah, I think I think a lot of people have said that it's inevitably gonna come here. or some people say it could already be here, but it could be something that just blows over, and I think that's what the market's really waiting for is that vaccine news, because there's just a lot of uncertainty, and when there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of fear that goes with it. So once you do get that confirmation, I think the markets are going to rally. Just like, in March. Dude, March was crazy. Were any of you guys investing in March of 2020? That was insane. That was so exciting, but terrifying at the same time. Like, nobody knew what was going on. There was a virus. The investment world knew about that long before it started to hit headlines and the market started to drop and do crazy shit. Go down. Dude, I remember, what was it? March 20th and March 23rd. I believe those were the two bottoms of the market. The one day we halted down 7%. The market's open. We halted down another 7%. Or, well, the market's open that morning, and we instantly halted down 7%. Paused the markets for 15 minutes. Did it right after that. I thought for sure for a minute we were down like 13%. I'm like, dude, we're going to the 20% halt. Once the markets dropped 20%, they closed for the entire day. That was crazy. That was just... Save is a Spirit Airlines, right? That's the ticker for that. Yeah, Spirit Airlines. Yeah, I would. Well, I should actually look at the chart just because. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of puts on these kind of companies if it does get worse for like a quick day trade, because I think eventually you're going to get some good news and you're going to see another, a move back to the upside. But it could definitely be a good couple 100% trade. Unless things are just bad and. Oh, I missed your message. I missed your message, David Johnson. Do any of you guys or gals have dreams here lately about after the squeeze how to improve other people's lives? For me, I keep having same dream of walking to my 76-year-old mother's home to hand her the deed and say you have nothing else to worry about. Yeah, I do like actual dream and like daydream and think about these kind of things all the time. I actually do. That's for Christmas, like I can, I work I do so much. I work so much. Like that should always be part of making a lot of money and being successful, in my opinion, because all of you guys are successful. The definition of being successful is someone who is actively working towards a predetermined goal, no matter what that goal is. No matter if you want to work at Walmart and become the manager or work there forever, you're happy with that. That's successful. But you guys are actively working on changing your guys' lives for the better. All of you guys are successful. Part of becoming successful, if you're working to be financially successful, is giving back and helping people out and doing those kind of things. Like one of the biggest reasons I strive to, make as much money as possible is because, dude, my mom's a server. I want to be able to, even like McDonald's employees, like you ever get those cool McDonald's employees or cool servers that will just talk to you and like they're just go lucky happy, like act like they love their job even if they hate it. Like, dude, I want to give them $1,000 every time I go out to eat. Like that's why I want money to help impact people's lives. But like even for Christmas, like I'm not rich by any means necessary, right? I'm not your Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, none of that. But I have everything that I want. Like obviously we want things, but I'm very content with what I have. Like my mom, all these other people, want to get me things, and I can buy whatever I want to buy, within reason, right? And I want to, instead of, because I'm more fortunate than some people, I want to, dude, help people that are not as fortunate. Like, dude, a house just blew up in Flint. It was registered as a 3.4 magnitude earthquake. Like, dude, I want to help these people out. Dude, this house blew up. It blew all the windows off the neighbors' houses. Blew the garage doors in. Like, this thing blew up like 4 different houses, too. There's a video of it. It's insane. This girl passed away. Take a look at this. Oh, wait, is there not a video here? Here, right here. This was registered as a 3.4 magnitude earthquake. Yeah, that's a bad video. You really can't see too much. But just terrible. Lost a kid. You know, the guy in the video, his skin was smoking. Like, they got a video of him coming out the house. His skin was smoking and like falling off. He's in critical still, but you know, doing things like that. That's what you ultimately want to do. You guys will figure out, you know, what you want to do. But yeah, I definitely dream, like, quite literally about doing things like that. It's crazy what happened though. They don't know if it was a gas leak. They don't know what it was. Said, you know, because I'm real estate agent into real estate, that if you got old basements like that, a lot of houses in that area are older. You can get gas leaking from the basement. That's probably what caused it. Do you have a job outside of the markets? Yeah, I do. I have I actually work in a restaurant like 2-3 nights sometimes less, sometimes more, and I do real estate agent, have my rentals, and then I do the markets, and that's basically it. Like I was doing I was flipping things for a while too. You can make a lot of money by just literally going to Walmart, going to clearance, going to all these other, you know, discount stores, and going and selling that stuff online. You can make a couple $100 a day easily, at least $100 a day, at least. Like, I do a lot of things like that. But yeah, I do. I try to do as much as possible, you know. Sure. 502,000 shares, balls deep. That's my guy. I like that, Joe. Nice stream. My mom has lost about everything in the last 10 years. She always want to be the one who puts a special once-in-a-lifetime smile. Yeah, I feel you there. Dude, I feel you. Crazy. Life is weird, man. My brothers and my stepdad moved here to Florida to try and make things better. Yeah. Well, that would definitely be a gift of a lifetime. Honestly, guys, y'all been holding this long. Good things are coming. I 100% full-heartedly, full faith, believe in that. Average buy cost. Feek. What was your average buy cost? I don't know if you're asking about AMC or another stock. Well, about 5 people post their number of shares and totals 15K on average of 3K. Yeah, incredible. A lot of people are balls deep. Just balls deep. Could you get a brief description of the VIXes? Brief description of the VIXes? Are you talking about I don't know if that was directed towards me, but like the VIX, like the fearing like CNBC's VIX, this, or the actual, like the vaccines. Thank you for telling the truth. Yeah, I want to be as transparent as possible, you know, because a lot of people, you know, don't come from money, and I think just hearing other people's stories too, like I got a tragic life story, like just tragic, like it's terrible, but it can be encouraging to people, like to see other people doing a lot makes you want to do a lot, you know. I think telling the truth is part of it for just, you know, long-term just growth on the platform and in general. You know, told you guys the 2 reasons I actually am wearing pants. Yeah. Probably shouldn't be because it's like 9 o'clock, but probably should have some PJs on. I got these black, I don't know, kind of like cargo pants on. There may have been a video or two where I didn't have pants on, though, to be quite honest with you guys. You know what I'm saying? In the summertime, oh, man, the AC only works so good. Oh, that's funny. I missed that one. Be patient and it will pay off. This is a once in a lifetime play. Too much resistance on the way down. Institutions know they can't make much more on money on the way up. On the way up, it will run. A lot is on our side. Oh, a ton is on our side right now. I mean, there's so much good happening right now. Like, surprisingly enough, and it even took me a while to realize, like to come to this realization of the traders exiting the stock as we've been buying the stock, really like seeing these low volume days with these big swings in percentage gains. It's sticking out like a sore thumb now. Just how bullish the situation actually is. Like everybody is just holding the stock at this point. It's crazy. Most people think buying stocks is only for the rich or through a work 401k. Exactly. That's the biggest misconception ever. Ever. It's crazy. Which, I mean, I'm a real estate agent and I work at the restaurant a couple days a week, so it doesn't they don't obviously offer it's actually a Mexican restaurant. But they obviously don't offer no 401k, but and I've just been there a long time too, just working. I've worked there a lot more. I used to work there a lot more. Now I don't work there as much, but yeah, if your employer does offer a 401k, you just want to put in like that 5% match, if they do 100% match, that's even better, but like 5% of your income, put on what, $2,500 or $5,000 if they do whatever the percentage is, and basically make 100% return on your money. ETC, you really need to go live during market hours. Yeah, I definitely will. Quite a few of you guys have said that. That's when things do get very interesting. It's getting sadder, bruh. So sad. Oh, that's what you're responding to. Yes, I'd be here watching if you did. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do that up. Markets, man, I can't wait till I don't know. I just love, I fell in love with the stock market. It's crazy, but so much opportunity, potential. So I set up a solo 401k. Yeah, I have not I haven't really thought about doing that. Just you get the tax benefits, I believe, if I'm correct. I really like the live so we can all interact with each other without all the drama on other feeds. Yeah, same here. That's why I want to start doing these more is, to interact with you guys a lot more, to get your guys' direct feedback. Because, man, comments, dude, some of you guys are great, but some people are just toxic. like some people just deliberately will not watch the video but just say some nasty stuff, and I'll just to be honest with you guys, the last thing, I don't care if you agree or disagree with me, but if I think you're just like trying to divide people, like deliberately, not because you disagree with something I said, but deliberately trying to, divide people, I will hide you from the channel. So I won't like remove comments, but I'll hide you from the channel so you won't come up anymore. You'll think you're commenting, but you just I can't do that. Like that's the one thing. Like I love the open discussions. Like if you think I am wrong, tell me why you think I am wrong. Like that is fine. But some people just want to divide the community. And whether it's institutions, hedge funds, Kenny's son, or whoever the hell else it is, that's not gonna happen. All the real ones. Claps, my guy. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Had matching 401ks when I left Toys R Us, but still can't track down my shares. What? Oh, jeez. That's crazy. Thanks, Toys R Us. They gerbed you. Kenny himself gerbed you. Now we gotta get him back. Oh yeah, do this more often for sure. See, I used to do more streams with like crypto. It was just more back and forth exciting, but I haven't been doing them as much recently. Just been super busy. Very value added. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here. It's even, getting later. I do appreciate you guys. Yeah, if you guys like, I'm pretty just well-rounded in everything. Like not as much in taxes. I know a decent amount of taxes, but like trading strategies, even technical analysis besides AMC. Like AMC, you can do all the technicals you want. It doesn't really work. It doesn't really make sense to do that because it doesn't ever follow your technical patterns. Hardly ever. But like anything else, like real estate, just anything financially related, like pretty well versed in everything. So if you guys ever have any questions, like they can be random, they can be about anything, Is there any way that anyone could think would track the amount of shares in case AA does do anything like in the near-term future to get a somewhat idea how many fake shares are out there? Well, I've done like the calculations where like the 80% of owners, the institutional owners, and then a couple other variables. It's out to be like 40 million shares that are like on paper that are like unaccounted for, that are not supposed to be on paper. But it's very hard. TA on Kenny. TA on Kenny himself. Dude, Ken Griffin, when he talks, he seems like the most docile person. Like, it's hard to put it into perspectives. He looks so innocent, but does the most shady shit in the world. Am I the only one that gets that vibe? Like, he talks so like it's okay, it's chill, like, but he's just doing all this toxic, shady shit behind the scenes. I don't know. That's just my vibe. That's just my vibe, I guess. Like every time I hear him speak, it's like, how are you behind all this? Like why are you doing this? And TP the place. Yeah, we should all get together and go by Kenny's house and TP the damn place. I feel that. Where does he live? Like Chicago? Man, now I gotta. Good old Google. Where does Ken Griffin live? Live? Apparently, Chicago and is divorced with 3 children. Decline an interview request. He's divorced? I did not know that. Google just spilled the beans. He's divorced too. I don't know if you guys know that. What's his net worth? 21.1 B's. Bro. Come on now, man. That's crazy. Bro, creative, what do you think of decentralized mana? I like those top cryptos. So yeah, that would definitely fall in the lines of that. I think even if, some do well, some do better than others, which is gonna happen. But as long as they're in the top cryptos right now, I think it's safe to say that like a rising tide will lift all boats. So even if that one doesn't do crazy well, it'll probably be brought up by other cryptos in general. But yeah, I don't know too much about it specifically. I do know a lot about, Bitcoin, Ethereum, even Dogecoin. Like I know a lot about Dogecoin too. ETC mostly, Cardano a little bit too. But crypto is one of those things that is so in depth that it takes a long time to even learn about one coin. Like I know the ins and outs of ETC, but like I know like a decent amount with others like Buterin, Bulick, or whatever his name is. Like I know a decent amount in other cryptos, but there is just so much you can learn with each one. It's very hard to know specifically. Yeah. Oh, hell no, student called to hit one of his Florida places for real, man. It's too cold. It'll be sweet plays besides AMC like BBG or Prague. A lot of people have been talking about both of those, BBIG or Prague. I like with those trades, I think if you get in before you start to see people talking about them, or like right when people start talking about them, then a little bit of money can go a long way. But I think once you start to get people talking about like BBIG or Prague, it's good to watch those stocks very closely and then make essentially day trades. Like you can get killer day trades on BBIG, Prague, what was it? Bene, Bene. I traded that stock. That was a great trade. A lot of other stocks have been great trades, either if you can get in early, like as people first start to talk about it before the price does go up a lot, or like on a really strong day, you can get a wicked day trade, hundreds of percents. And you don't have to risk it by just holding it overnight, a couple days or weeks or whatever, but you can benefit from that. Ken Griffin was complaining about how much child support he had to pay. I bet. How much does he make in 1 year? Ken Griffin of Citadel, who earned $1.8 billion and whose main fund returned 24%. The firm has made headlines for other reasons too. Yeah, for real. 1.8 billion. That's not a bad chunk of change. 1.8 B's. I would. What's he had to pay? Like 50 million in child support, maybe 100 million. Like, man, take care of your child's mom, okay, dude. I tell you, I do what I can for my kid's mom. Just because that's what you do. That's what you do for people. LGVN squeeze play. That's Longeveron. LGVN, yeah, LGVN is great. LGVN has a lot going for it, even still, which is very surprising. Because this stock, they had a very low market cap to begin with. It was like under 100 million, and then they got news that, well, they also have pretty high short interest. let me see. Oh no. But they got one of those fast track like testing things. I forget what they're called. But it's basically something that is rarely awarded for companies to like fast track the approval of a drug, and those companies can actually sell those. So I believe it's like in between 3 and 6 months, your drug will be either approved or disproved once you get those off of strong clinical trial results like they got. So they got rewarded one, and they sell for in between 100 and 300 million dollars. So if the float was only 100 million dollars and this thing could sell for 300 million dollars, they have 18 million in cash, 3 million in debt. They're in a fine place. It's not like they shouldn't be offering shares right away. They will eventually, and that will ultimately kill the play. But yeah, if they sold that thing for $300 million, the company is arguably worth at least that amount, if not more. Sorry, I'm Florida boy now. I get cold under 63. Oh yeah, Florida. Never been to Florida. That'd be cool to go though. I hear like Florida's one of those states where it's like, it's you got nice Florida and then you got like ghetto Florida, which is kind of how it is everywhere. But get in, get up, get out, just like that. Just buy a loop ring, period. NFA. Yo, love your videos, man. Let's get this squeeze. Let's get it. It's Foxify. Love it. Love the energy. Come on. We need that on a freaking 9 o'clock on a Saturday. We need that. Get pumped. Wish I had, some go-go juice. I got no go-go juice. No beer, no wine, no nothing. In Michigan here, it's cold. Yeah, it's freezing. It's freezing. I'm here in Michigan too. It's freezing. We're getting some snow, I think. I think it's still snowing. St. Pete, where you see supercars all over the many filthy rich people here. Oh man. I actually have a friend that lives in Florida too. I got beer. I'm in. Let's go. Hopping on a flight. Be there in like an hour. Got you, bro. I got you. F Michigan. Sad. F Michigan. Yeah, it's pretty I'm in Ohio. My dad lived in Dayton, Ohio for a minute. He said it was really bad. Like really bad. And Peach Crown. Oh my god. That's that is everybody I know's favorite drink. Like literally. That's so funny. That's so funny you said that. I worked Ohio, man. That was a mistake. Never really been to Ohio like that either. I went to Cedar Point. That was cool. But the day I went, it was like 110 degrees. It was like the hottest day of the year. This was like 2012, I think, like a long time ago. And I was so excited. I didn't even sleep the night before. Didn't really eat too much. And then went on some rides. And then it just got so hot. I must have been like super dehydrated, but me, my brother, my friend, we all puked. We all had like heat exhaustion. We didn't like go to the hospital or nothing, but we were all down and out for the count by like 4 o'clock. It was terrible, but it was a great experience. I froze my ass off. I bet. It's cold. I mean, past couple winters, I mean, they're weird. Like, snow does not stay on the ground. I feel like it snows, melts, snows, melts. I remember when I was a kid, there was always snow on the ground. Not no more. I mean, industrial blast painter. I travel my dogs got here there wintertime. Oh, dang. Okay. Industrial blaster painter. That sounds pretty cool, honestly. You get to travel for your job. No, one of my favorite things to do is just go to different like restaurants. So that would be cool. See, CNBC usually doesn't put anything out at night, but all right, you guys, it was a blast. You guys definitely made my night a lot better. Hopefully, you guys had some fun. We'll be doing these a lot more. Very much enjoy them. But I'm gonna go do whatever I do. Probably make some food. Probably play a game or two before I hit the sack. So, I mean, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you have not already, subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Check out the last video too if you guys are late to the stream and didn't hear what is going on with the OMICRON, what is going on with basically the sell limit order, and one other thing. Check that out as well. But I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys next time. You guys have a good night. Peace out.